Hey there, folks. Let me take you back to a moment that flipped my world upside down. A day when I thought I was just testing people's hearts, but ended up finding my own. My name's Ethan Caldwell, a guy who grew up with a silver spoon in Atlanta's ritziest neighborhood. Big house, fancy cars, the whole deal. But after losing my wife, Sarah, 3 years ago, I made her a promise on her hospital bed to find a real mom for our 6-year-old son, Noah, someone who'd love him for him, not my bank account. So, one humid summer morning, Noah and I dressed down in torn shirts, smeared some dirt on our faces, and hit the streets of downtown Atlanta, pretending to be homeless, just to see who'd stop and care. We parked ourselves near a busy coffee shop on Peachtree Street, Noah clutching my hand, his big eyes scanning every passerby. Man, people rushed by like we were invisible suits, sneakers, high heels, all dodging us. An hour in, Noah's voice cracked. "Dad, are people just mean?" I hugged him close, told him to hang on, that someone out there had a heart. Then, she appeared, Lila Harper, a 20-something barista in a faded apron, her sneakers worn thin, looking like she'd just pulled a double shift. She crouched down, eye level with Noah, and said, "You guys hungry? Wait here." She dug into her beat-up backpack, pulled out $12.50, her last cash for the week, and handed it over with a smile that hit me like a freight train. "Kids shouldn't go hungry," she said, ruffling Noah's hair. Noah whispered to me, "She's like an angel, Dad." I couldn't let her go. So, I lied, told her my name was Jake, a down-on-his-luck mechanic, and we started hanging out. For 3 months, Lila welcomed us into her tiny apartment in East Atlanta, cooking cheap dinners, laughing with Noah over Spider-Man cartoons. I fell hard, but every time I looked at her, guilt ate me alive. I was lying about who I was. One night, over burgers at a greasy diner, I spilled the truth. "Lila, I'm not Jake. I'm Ethan Caldwell. I own Caldwell Realty, and that day on the street was a test." Her face froze, then crumpled. "You played me for a fool, Ethan," she said, voice shaking. "Made me your little experiment." She stormed out, Noah crying, "Mama Lila, don't go." I felt like the lowest man alive. Enter my dad, Victor Caldwell, the kind of guy who thinks money buys everything, including people's souls. He'd been sniffing around, hating the idea of me with a nobody like Lila. When he heard about our fight, he saw his chance. He hired Lila to clean our mansion, posing as Mr. Grayson, some fake client. For a week, he worked her to the bone-scrubbing floors, washing windows in the Georgia heat, nitpicking every speck of dust. "You missed a spot, girl," he'd sneer, tossing dirty rags at her feet. Lila kept her head down, needing the cash, but I didn't know she was there. Dad made sure of that. Then he upped the game, planting a $10,000 watch in her bag, calling me in to catch her stealing. "See, son," he said, holding up the watch, "she's just trash looking for a payday." Lila's eyes burned with betrayal. "I didn't take it. Ethan, you know me." But Dad's lies had me doubting, and I let her walk away, her voice echoing, "You're just like him." Noah saved us. That kid, barely 6, had been sneaking around, recording Grandpa's shady phone calls on his new phone. One night, while Lila was gone and I was drowning in regret, Noah played me a clip. Dad's voice, cold as ice, spread the words to thief. "Make sure she can't work in this city." My blood boiled. Then Noah got sick, pneumonia, bad. In the hospital, he kept whispering, "I want Mama Lila." I tracked her down at a friend's house, begged her to come. She didn't hesitate, ran to his bedside, singing lullabies until his fever broke. That's when she told Mesh was pregnant, for months along, my kid. I'd been such a fool. The showdown came at our wedding, a small church affair with wildflowers and Lila glowing, 6 months pregnant. Dad burst in, waving fake papers, screaming, "She's a criminal. She'll ruin us." The guests gasped, but Noah, cool as a cucumber, plugged his phone into the church speakers. Dad's voice boomed, "If you can't find dirt, make it up." The room went dead silent. Lila stepped forward, tears streaming, and said, "Mr. Caldwell, you tried to break me, but I forgive you because I won't let hate ruin my family." I turned to Dad, voice steady, "You're done here. We're done." He left, tail between his legs, while the crowd cheered. A month later, Noah's recordings landed. Dad and hot water cops called it fraud and defamation. He settled, paid Lila $80,000, and printed a public apology in every major paper. Lila used the money to start a community kitchen in East Atlanta, feeding folks who'd been where she'd been. 2 years on, we're in our backyard, Noah chasing his baby sister, Emma, who's toddling like a champ. Lila's laugh fills the air, and I know this is the family Sarah wanted for us. So what do you think? Was Lila right to forgive Victor, or should he have faced jail time? Drop your thoughts below, and if this hit you in the feels, share it with someone who needs a reminder that love can beat the odds. Until next time, stay real.